Hey, thanks for clicking on this link. It's Mike here from Fishtrap, and we're looking at the books for the 2023 National Endowment for the Arts Big Read. I know we haven't even started the 2022 Big Read, but we have to apply for it every January, and that's just the way it works. So here, there are 15 books to choose from. You can take a look at them on the NEA Big Read website, and we also included an attachment with all of them. But this is just to give you a little taste of some of our favorites. So buckle up, and I want to introduce you to Elizabeth Oliver, who most of you know is an educator, a Fishtrap board member, and has been our Big Read Lives since the beginning. Take it away, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Mike. Yes, we narrowed it down to a few that we thought would resonate with our community, schools, and it's our Fishtrap general audience. So first one is called The Bear. It's an apocalyptic fable by Andrew Krivek, where a girl and her father live close to the land in a shadow of a lone mountain. Possess a few remnants of civilization, some books, a pane of glass, a set of flint and steel. Father teaches the girl how to fish and hunt, secrets of the seasons and the stars. He's preparing her for an adulthood in harmony with nature, for they are the last of humankind. But when the girl finds herself alone in an unknown landscape, it is a bear that will lead her back home through a vast wilderness that offers the greatest lessons of all. Next one is Circe. Circe is a novel by Madeline Miller about the Greek goddess Circe, recasts this famous female figure from the Odyssey as a daughter, a mother, a lover, a heroine among nymphs, gods, mortals, and monsters. This bold and subversive retelling of the goddess's story, both epic and intimate in its scope, is with Circe as a hero in her own right. The next one, The Cold Millions, is an historical novel by Jess Walter set in the early part of the 20th century about two brothers from Montana who jump freight trains and arrive in Spokane, Washington. There they encounter poverty, violence, union fighting for fair pay and better work conditions, vaudeville singer, a powerful mining magnate, and a real-life activist, Elizabeth Gurley Flynn. Featuring an unforgettable cast of cops, tramps, suffragettes, and socialists, madams and murderers, this work is a tour de force. Heartland, a memoir of working hard and being broke in the richest country on earth by Sarah Smarsh. It's an essential read for our time, eye-opening memoir of working class poverty in America that will deepen our understanding of the ways in which class shapes our country. During Sarah's turbulent childhood in Kansas in the 80s and 90s, she enjoyed the freedom of a country childhood, observed the painful challenges of the poverty around her, and treated medical conditions for lack of insurance, unsafe job conditions, abusive relationships, and the limited resources and information that would provide for the upward mobility that is the American dream. By telling the story of her life and the lives of the people she loves with clarity and precision, but without judgment, Marsh challenges us to look more closely the class divide in our country. Homegoing. Homegoing is an expansive novel about the legacy of chattel slavery by African-born writer Ya Gassi, spanning 8 generations. The novel begins with the parallel lives of 2 half-sisters from Ghana in the 18th century and follows their descendants through periods of history that include the American Civil War and Jazz Age Harlem. This novel illuminates slavery's troubled legacy, both for those who were taken and for those that stayed, and shows how the memory of captivity has been inscribed on the soul of our nation. Infinite Country is a novel by Patricia Engel about a teenage daughter who tries to make her way from Bogota, Colombia to the US, and her mother and siblings who seek safety and opportunity in New Jersey amidst fears that they will be deported like her father. All members of the family hold on to hope, their culture, each other, and the dream of a better life. A heartbreaking portrait of a family dealing with the realities of migration and separation. Interior Chinatown is part novel, part screenplay by Charles Yu, which follows a Taiwanese American Hollywood actor doomed to play bit parts and generic Asian characters until he gets entangled in a murder case in a procedural cop show. He begins to unravel buried legacies and pervasive stereotypes as he learns to become a new protagonist in his own story. Nothing to See Here is a novel by Kevin Wilson set in Nashville over one hot summer. It follows the emotional journey of a woman charged with looking after two children who, neglected by their wealthy father and stepmother, spontaneously burst into flames whenever they get upset. A moving and uproarious novel about a woman who finds meaning in her life when she begins caring for the two children with a remarkable ability. There is a novel by Tommy Orange, an enrolled member of the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes of Oklahoma, that follows the unexpectedly connected lives of 12 characters from Native American communities who travel to a big and ultimately volatile powwow in the city of Oakland, California. This novel grapples with a complex and painful history, with a profound and spirituality, and with a plague of addiction, abuse, and suicide. Those are the ones we've narrowed it down to. Let us know what you're thinking. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth, and thank all of you for taking the time to help us figure out what's going to be the Big Read book for 2023. Until then, I hope you all join in for the 2022 Big Read, which starts in February. Thank you.